Here we go. All right, everybody. Hey, everybody. This is Barrante. I am super excited to do this fast recording with some of my friends. A little bit about me, if you don't know me. I am a scientist by career and a fitness professional. But what really lights me up is connecting with people that are on a path to find better wellness. So the other day, I was at the beach going for a walk, and I thought about all the incredible people I've met and all the incredible stories I hear every day. And I decided to ask some of my friends to join me on a call so that they could share their story. Because one thing I can tell you is, although we're all different ages, different stages, different health goals, we all have had an incredible transformation with these wellness products. Often when we introduce people, we want to know, they ask the question, will it work for me? So really the intention of this short recording is going to be you hearing their honest answers, and so that you can decide if this will work for you. So I'm super excited to interview these people. I have 3 questions for each person. We're going to try to keep it short, specific. And I do want to say that the information you're about to hear is not intended to say that we diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent illness. But I do believe that when you give the body what it needs, it can really do amazing things, and it can really heal itself as nature and God intended. So we are going to start with Ashley. And I don't know if I have her muted. You are unmuted, my friend. So Ashley, how old are you, love?
26.
26, and Ashley just recently got married, and she has an incredible transformation, absolutely incredible. So we'll get started with her. So Ashley, before you got started, what was going on?
I was lost. My entire life, I always played sports. I played sports all through college. I was a lacrosse player, and I was religiously in the gym. I love being active, and it was just part of me. I love being healthy, love being active, but I didn't feel like what I looked like on the outside reflected all the work I did, and more importantly, I didn't feel good on the inside. So, I was by no means super overweight, but I always swore, I told people, I was like, I just feel like I have this layer of just like inflammation on myself. I was a girl who would refuse a drink, wouldn't split an appetizer with anyone. I was always trying to eat as good as I could. And it wasn't until 6 months ago, around November, it was my brother's wedding, I rapidly just shot up 15 pounds, didn't know what was going on. I was trying everything. I felt lost, worn down, tired, had flu-like symptoms. Ended up being diagnosed PCOS. Found out I had a benign tumor on my pituitary gland, and that's just chilling there. Now we're just monitoring it, like nothing's going on there, but found out all this crazy weird health stuff, and I was put on a prescription weight loss drug, which didn't work, and I was lost. And I found Anita up there who had this awesome transformation, and I was like you said, I was like bothering her, and I refused to want to do it because I was like, will it work for me? So I took the chance.
Awesome. All right. So what's one product that you love, and why?
I was torn. I was back and forth. I was like, Ionics or the shakes, because 1 week I ran out of Ionics, and I was like, does this really do anything? I ran out of it for a week, and I was like, this does things. I noticed without it, but I have to say the shakes, I think. Like, I can't go a day. Like, I wake up, like, I was reading posts, and I was like, people are like, I crave my shakes twice a day, and I'm like, that won't be me. And I wake up, and I'm like, I can't wait for the shakes, but I love them. They taste good. You can mix so much into them. The consistency is amazing. Like, blending it is awesome. Shaking it is awesome. They're thick, they're creamy, they're good.
Awesome. All right. And so as a result of you starting this wellness journey, what are you experiencing now, or what are you enjoying now?
I finally feel like I'm living the life I should be. Like, I could like scream it like down the street for people to hear. It's just like, this is how I've always wanted to feel. And like with my wedding coming up, I wasn't looking forward to it. And that was the saddest thing to me, that I was like, I'm going to hate my pictures. I'm going to hate my video. I'm going to hate my dress. And now I'm like, give me more. Like, I've got and I'm like, I felt like amazing that day. I feel like I finally, how I should feel. And the coolest thing to me is that I can be social. Like, I'm 26 years old. Friends want to go out for a few drinks. I can be there. And I know that I have something to go back to that gets me feeling so good. And before, it's like, if I wanted to go out to dinner, even if I got a salad or something, I was like, I felt guilty. I felt like I was doing myself a disservice.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I didn't tell you about this question, but on a scale of 1 to 10, what number would you give me, and how this has impacted your life?
I would go 10 and above. I'm a completely different person and everyone sees it. And I've never, I could cry. Like, I have never been this happy.
It's awesome. All right, Lovey, thank you for sharing. Jackie St. John, I'm going to unmute you, love. And I'm going to ask you these 3 questions, short, sweet, and specific. How did you feel before?
Before Isogenics, that was about 3 years ago, and I had recently retired. I was 59 years old. I had finished a 35-year teaching career, and I was exhausted, beyond exhausted. Like, I can still picture myself having to sit down on the couch every afternoon and fall asleep. In addition to that, I was bothered by inflammation to the point where I was using ibuprofen day and night to combat the inflammation that I was using it at night to help me sleep because I wasn't sleeping well. I was using it during the day just to, like, drug of choice to help me feel better. And I felt old, and I thought, well, I guess I'm retired. I'm 59. I guess this is what it feels like to be old. And I was just not in charge of my life. I was just reacting to my life.
Awesome. All right. What's one product that you love?
Like you, Ashley, I went back and forth. Shakes, Ionics. I travel a lot, and I can't go anywhere without any of the stuff, but I'm going to go with Ionics because when I take that Ionics in the morning, I feel like I am ready and armed for anything that I will face that comes my way that day.
All right, I'm going to keep it short, Lovey. Thank you. And I know the answer, but now that you have been utilizing these superfoods, what are you enjoying now?
I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my retirement and my family. I am engaged. I am exercising like almost every single day to a woman who didn't even know how to. Remember, Ian? I didn't even have a sports bra.
Oh, yeah, right.
I love life because I've got energy to spare.
Awesome. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
Beyond 10, and my family as well.
Thank you. Tanya, you're up next. Short and specific, my chatterboxes, okay?
Yes.
Tanya, before you got started, how are you feeling?
When I started Isogenics about 15 months ago, I gained 30 pounds. I was feeling completely exhausted all the time. I felt gross in my clothes. Nothing fit me. I even had a doctor tell me that it was normal, part of the aging process. Because I wanted to try to do something for energy. So yeah, I didn't feel good in my own skin.
Now she's amazing. Okay, so what's one product that you love?
Gosh, I love so many, but I would say one of my faves is the Amp Nitro, the pre-workout. I love the boost it gives me when I'm working out, which now I do about 5 days a week. The watermelon flavor is amazing, and I have to say I may have even made a few nitro teenies with it.
Okay, and I love this, but what are you really enjoying now? How has your life changed as a result of these superfoods?
Oh my gosh, it's completely changed. I mean, I think my confidence level, bathing suit shopping, for instance, I fit in my clothes, my energy level is through the roof. I work out with my 24-year-old daughter, and I can keep up with her. I feel better now. I feel better now at 50 than I did when I was 30.
Awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
Oh, definitely 10 plus.
Thank you, love. Denise, your next on. Short, sweet, and specific. Okay, so how did you feel before? And I would love for you to share, I know that you have challenges there, so share a little bit about that.
I have celiac disease, which is tons of food allergies, so I suffered a lot. And when you have food allergies, you have a lot of inflammation, you have a lot of just joint discomfort. I mean, I was to the point where I couldn't get out of bed, and they wanted to put me on pain meds, and I thought, I'm 50 years old. I mean, where does it go from here? So I was like, absolutely not. And I found these products, and I battled with the pouch part of, woman's pouchy part there. And I started these, and 30 days later, that pouch was gone, and my joint pain is gone. And I run 5Ks and I exercise every day, and it's just changed my life. And
Awesome.
the simplicity of it is just amazing.
Thank you. What's one product that you love?
I love the shakes. I do dairy-free chocolate shakes, and I love them. They're rich, creamy. And one other product would be Recover Drink. I love that it helps after workouts, after a hard day in the yard workout. It totally does not make you muscle cramp and all that stuff the next day. It's awesome.
Okay, love. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
Oh, it's beyond changed my life. My
So
husband.
exciting.
Everything.
Thank you.
It's just
All right, Miss Anita, short, sweet, and specific.
Short and sweet and specific. Okay.
So what was going on before you got started? Couple sentences.
Before I got started, I could say I was, I probably felt every morning when I woke up, I mentally, physically felt like everything was a chore and I was circling the drain. I'm always battled my weight. I always said I know how to gain weight, but I know how to lose weight. And I was doing everything that I knew to do to lose weight, and I was getting nowhere. And so not only just the physical heaviness of what I was feeling, it was mentally really starting. I really felt like, okay, I know what I'm doing, and I just couldn't get anything to budge. And so yeah, that's what, and everything from my joints to my energy level to my attitude to you name it. I probably wasn't too pleasant to be around at that time. And it was hard. I felt like I had to really every day put on this fake facade, and it was exhausting. It was absolutely exhausting.
And what is one product that you love?
I always think of everything as being so cohesive, but if you're going to make me pick, I got to go with the shakes, because to me, that was the biggest game changer. Everything from the convenience of being able to make them quickly. You're not stuck in the kitchen cooking all the time. You're not planning and prepping and all that. So from a convenience, from a taste, from an energy level, yeah. So to me, that's at the core. Everything else is just cherries on top. But I think that without those core shakes, that would be my foundation.
And you are a vegan.
I am a vegan, so I do the dairy-free specifically and solely, and you know, we have the two flavors, and I just add some additives and stuff to switch it up a little bit, and they're absolutely perfect for me.
Awesome. And so what are you enjoying now that you have these superfoods in your life?
Oh, life. I'm living where my feet are, which is huge. And I'm not dreading everything where my feet are. It's everything I did was, like I said, such an effort, such a chore. And I'm enjoying, I get a lot of curveballs thrown my way during the day. And again, go back to the convenience. It's so easy. You can throw anything at me, and I'm still armed with my nutrition for the day. And just no excuses. It just works.
Awesome. On a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
I'm going to echo the other girls. 10 doesn't do it justice, but if you're going to max me out there, 10. But I could times that by 100.
Thank you. All right, Rhonda. I love you. Okay, short, sweet, and specific. How did you feel before you got started?
Before I got started, I was 49. It's been 4 years. I was bloated. I was tired. I was running half marathons. I thought I was eating clean, but if you see pictures of me before and after, I was very bloated in the face. My body was bloated, inflamed. So that's how I was feeling. My favorite product, again, it's hard. I like shakes. I like my e-shots. I like my ionics. But I have to say, along with Anita, I'm going to go with the for me, I'm going to go with the ionics, because going through menopause, I thought the same thing as Ashley was saying, that I could go without it. And I ran out of it one time, and I was like, it's fine. I ran out of it. Well, yeah, it wasn't so nice. And I think it definitely helps with my menopause. I was a little, can I say, bitchy, and my attitude. So the ionics actually gives me that energy, that kick, and it makes my mood a lot better than if I didn't take it, should I say.
That's good to know. And what has happened in your life, or what are you enjoying now since you started on these superfoods?
I have to say that I exercised before. As I said, I was a runner, so I was doing half marathons, but I'm running more after I started the products. I lift more. I'm happier. People are always like, why are you so happy? So I was happier. I have more energy. I feel like there's a difference in my skin. and definitely in my performance with my running.
Awesome. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
10, baby.
10, baby. I think we're getting 10. And I did not pay anybody to say this. This is honest. Okay, thank you. Bree, I'm sorry, hon. You're last in my Brady Bunch squares. Let me unmute you. How come I can't? There you go. You're unmuted now, honey. You there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, love. All right. So Bree is a nurse by her former career. So I love her knowledge and I love working with her. What was going on for you before? How did you feel before?
Before, my story pretty much mimics everybody else. I was completely exhausted. I was burnt out. I, to be honest, hated picking my kids up at 3 o'clock from school because I just wanted to lay down. I had a fake smile all the time. I just wasn't me. I didn't feel like me, and I hated every minute of it.
Oh man, that's a real authentic share. Thank you. What's one product you love?
I'm gonna say the e-shots.
Woo! And
Apple
why do you like the e-shots?
Apple pomegranate is my favorite because I immediately just get this mental clarity, and it gives me just this little burst of energy that I need to just keep going. And today I took my kids hiking, and I had a headache when we got there, and I took one, and it was gone within minutes. So I love it.
That's awesome. And how has your life improved or since you've had these superfoods? What things that are different for you?
Complete freedom, because I no longer am working in the hospital, and I'm happy. My smile is real now.
That's beautiful. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how has this changed your life?
I'm gonna say a 10 as well.
Woo! Awesome. Thank you, love. All right, I will go last. I was supposed to go first, but you know what? We're just all tossing it out there. So how did I feel before? Before I felt plagued with joint discomfort, I felt like I was suffering in silence, and I felt afraid that age 42, I felt really sucky, and I thought, wow, is this what's left? Is this how I'm going to feel? I felt very frustrated. A product that I love actually is, we're all torn because there's such an amazing profile for so many things. I love Isogenesis because I'm learning more and more about that product and how it really supports your cells at a DNA level. And being a scientist, it floats my boat, and it does a lot of incredible things for the human body on a cellular level. And what am I enjoying now that I have superfoods? Besides being connected with people from all over the world, and besides growing a global business, what I'm loving the most is who I've become, the energy I have. I'm going to cry, being able to be interactive with my family, with my friends, and be fully present. And so, guys, this is pretty much a wrap. Thank you all for being here. You can unmute your lines if you want. So as you can see, if you've come to our recording, we're a little long-winded because we're super, super passionate about this. We each have had our lives improve, change, probably in ways we never ever imagined. And you can have your life change too. 30-day money back guarantee. If it's not for you, we'll help you get your refund. But guess what? Most of the time, it's going to change your life in ways you cannot even imagine. So thank you for your time, and thank you for being here.